Welcome to Tag Back, the show where every week we take a look at another blaster from the past to see what it could offer us today in the present. And this week, we're not even looking at a Nerf blaster. We're not even really looking at a blaster itself, because today we're going to be looking at the Super Soaker Max D 2000. It isn't about how big your D is, but how you use it. Some of you may be a little bit confused. It's a Super Soaker. Why are we looking at it on Tag Back on the Nerf channel? Well, if you would notice, it's not your regular everyday Super Soaker. That's because it has a CPVC coupler for this, which goes on there, so this thing can do this. This is the most powerful pistol I own. Before we get too far into this, I have to thank Fola from Blow No Nerf for sending me this monstrosity. Honestly, I don't know if he realized what he had created, but he was the only person I've seen so far modify this blaster in this way, and it happens to kick enormous amounts of butt. It's utterly ridiculous. Yeah, modifying Super Soakers to shoot Nerf darts isn't exactly brand new, but not all of them can do it. Most of them can. The most infamous of which that I can think of off the top of my head were the Iron Man Super Soaker and the Hydro Cannon. Those are two very, very good candidates for doing that. I haven't seen anybody else mod one of these like this. And yet, it's literally the most powerful pistol I own. It's more powerful than the Halo M6 pistol by Boomco. Maybe not as good in my opinion because it takes longer to reload, but this can propel a dart like nobody's business. I can't even see how far the darts go because they just exit my yard completely. And we have a big yard. This is madness incarnate. Did I mention it's cheap? You can find these at pretty much any thrift store. Nobody really cares about old Super Soakers that much unless it's a big one like a CPS 2500 or something. You can find them on eBay for absolutely nothing. Nobody cares about them. And as long as they hold air, as long as they work, they're fine. And there's so many good features about this thing. Let's start with the trigger. It looks kind of funky. It's a big square trigger, but hear that satisfying click? That is really good. If I pump this up just a little bit, you can kind of hear this. It doesn't release the air until the very last snap of the trigger. Very, very nice. I love this trigger pull. It is incredible for a Nerf gun. Absolutely smitten with it. The pump, I'm not too crazy about. This thing is dinky. Not a problem. Just replace the pump with virtually any other pump you can find. A bike pump from Walmart for 10 bucks will do you good, especially when these things are already as cheap as they can be anyway. And doing the mod itself isn't that difficult at all. In fact, Fola has an entire long, super detailed video on how to do this exact mod. The problem, I think, is that he didn't have a long enough barrel in any of his shots that he showed off with this thing. I just had this piece of PVC laying around from when I was working on the Power Strike 48. It's probably about 12 inches. Put it on there, and it suddenly made the darts into lethal weapons. It pierces cardboard. You want to show somebody a blaster when they're like, haha, Nerf is for kids, they're toys, go play paintball or else. Show them one of these. This is going to leave welts like none other. It is ridiculously powerful. It's got a pretty quick air release and a good amount of volume. It's not perfect, it's not like a 4B tank. 4Bs seem to release their air all at once and have a lot of volume. This isn't quite that good, but it's still very, very serviceable. Yeah, the pump sucks, so replace the pump. The handle is comfortable in my opinion, but a bit small. I can't put my pinky on there, so I have to hold it like a complete sir. You can replace the handle, who cares? As long as you keep that trigger, you're fine. You don't ever need to open this thing up, although if you want to pump it full of air and then release it, you can definitely do that. Although I don't think there's an easy way of removing the dangly bit in here, so you might have to tip it over like this, pour some hot glue in there, and stop it from rattling around. And it looks pretty cool. It might be a little annoying because you have to kind of hold it like this in order to level off your shot, as opposed to holding it normally, which gives it a massive angle right here. But hey, it's still pretty good. I mean, honestly, I can't say this enough. It's a tiny pistol that costs nothing that you can make hit like an absolute freight train. It pierces cardboard. What else do I have to say for you to go out and get one of these things, or if you have one laying around, start working on it? This is nothing. This piece and this piece are pennies. Maybe $1 for 3 or 4 feet of this. Like, not even 17 cents for that coupler. You need a little epoxy, a knife, a screwdriver. If you want to replace the pump, go to Walmart and get a Bell bike pump for $8. Dual action if you want. I'm not sure if you can blow these tanks up, and I honestly don't want to be on the receiving end of that, but these are made to hold a substantial amount of pressure, so maybe it's not a big deal anyway. I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to end. I don't know what I'm doing in this video other than saying, this is wicked awesome. Seriously. Again, I don't think Fola understood exactly what he created when he did this thing. And maybe some of the older guys are gonna be like, oh, that's nothing, that's just a super soaker mod. No, screw you, because if I had something like this, I probably wouldn't have wanted a Panther all that hard. Okay, maybe I'd still really want a Panther because they're a bit smaller and you can do a lot with them, but still, in its complete form, this thing is an absolute beast. So I don't know any easy way of saying this. Stop watching this video and go watch Fola's mod guide on how to turn this thing up to some other ridiculous number than 11. It's incredible. It would be banned pretty much any place I would want to take it to, I'm sure. Or maybe they'd let you get off one shop and go, oh, hold on, that thing's overpowered, don't use it. This is probably the coolest thing I've ever had. I couldn't imagine, like, I don't even want to paint it because it says Super Soaker and I'm shooting a dart at it. They're like, oh, what are you gonna do? Shoot water darts at me? You got those Buzzbee darts that you fill with water? And then I break their glasses. Thank you, Fola. I really hope this video does well, because every single nerfer should have built one of these things. Yeah, the Boomco Halo pistol is ridiculously good. And I would still probably use that over this in most scenarios, because I don't really like foam all that much. But if I needed to drive a dart really hard into somebody's skull, this is what I want to choose. This thing is a terror. I've gushed on long enough about it. Who knows? Maybe if you have a big Blvd with 2 big red balls on it, you can also make it shoot ridiculously hard. I have no idea. I'm gonna try it now, but might be possible. But even if you have a little d, it's for when you don't so much want to shoot a dart, but you want to frickin' destroy one. I'm Walcom S7. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want to see Fola's mod guide, I have it linked right here. Click that crap. Seriously, watch this video. It is incredible. It will guide you through every step to make this thing. It's 26 minutes long, so if you need a lot of details on how to do something that simple, this is your guide. But if you want to see another episode of Tag Back, there's one right here you can also click on. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Although you should really be subscribing to Blow No Nerf, because I haven't made one of these things. Thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in an entirely different video.